Wee Brainers, welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be talking about public breastfeeding and my experience with being shamed for doing it. This is a really hot topic and I've noticed a lot of talk about it over the past few weeks. I'm not really sure what sparked that conversation, but you always hear about somewhere something happens to some mom, she's told to leave or to cover up or given dirty looks, something along those lines happens, and then the internet is ablaze with conversation on the subject. Some saying women have the right to breastfeed wherever they want, in whatever way they feel most comfortable, and others saying it's showing off or inappropriate or not respectful of the people around them. I am on the women should be able to breastfeed wherever, however, and whenever, as long as it is comfortable for mama and baby as a relationship, because it's their relationship, not her relationship with the rest of the people in the room. So, yes, I am very pro breastfeeding, and I don't believe there are buts in breastfeeding support. So I think you either support it or you don't. But how many times have I seen the comments, I don't think this actually happens, I don't think anyone actually cares. Often, that's a huge argument for people who are maybe like in the middle somewhere. And the truth is, it does happen, and that's why we hear about it so much. So I wanted to tell you my story with being shamed for breastfeeding in public. I was maybe 10 weeks postpartum, so Ty was 10 weeks old, and I was at my stepfather's yearly family barbecue, and I'd only been around his extended family a couple of times in the past. They're all really lovely people. Even the person who I'm talking about, whose name will not be mentioned, she's a lovely person as well, and I don't have any residual hard feelings. I'm just sharing this story so that people out there do know it does happen, and sometimes it's the people who are supposed to be closest to you through which it happens. Anyway, we were just getting comfortable breastfeeding. We had a really rough start, and I've talked about this in other videos, and I mean, I was so paranoid about his feeding. I swore that unless I had to watch him eat, or I did not believe he was eating, even though he was gaining weight like a champ. I don't know. I had a little bit of postpartum anxiety surrounding that. So, as babies do, mine got hungry, so I went to breastfeed him. And I latched him, and I guess I was showing a lot of, top boob. To cover up. I don't think I was being, I wasn't like, raw, look at me. I was just feeding my baby. And I just got him latched, and this person came over, and she took the blanket that I had kind of near me and covered me with it, saying, let me help you. She wasn't saying, let me help you, as though she wanted to help. She was more strongly suggesting I cover myself. And I looked at her and kindly said, no, I don't want him covered. I'd rather be able to watch him eat. It makes me feel a lot more comfortable when I can see my baby eat. And she threw me a look and then proceeded to walk over to my mother and whisper loudly in her ear, "You let her do that?" I was like, hello? I'm an adult. Yes, she lets me breastfeed my baby the way I want to breastfeed my baby. It was just, I was blown away. And then her husband and children were playing nearby, and she sent them away. She said to her husband and children to go play in a different place in the yard. And I was like, wow. Oh, wow. And I think that does a real disservice to children for them to have the idea that breasts are only for sexual purposes reinforced by having them not ever see someone breastfeed, which is really the reason boobs exist. So I was just blown away with that response, and over the course of the rest of the time there at that barbecue, she did seem to grow accustomed to the idea that I was breastfeeding, and I was joined by another family member who was also breastfeeding there, so I felt like I had a little bit of backup, and I was thankful to my mom for supporting me throughout that incident. And not saying, anything to me, and just really being supportive. And I've been very supported, and I think I would like to just pass on that support to any mother who's kind of nervous about breastfeeding in public. Know your rights. The truth is, in almost every state, there's a rule that says you can breastfeed wherever you're already allowed to be. So unless you've been previously banned from a Walmart or something, you should be able to breastfeed there without anyone telling you to cover up or go into the bathroom or leave. So that is my breastfeeding, public breastfeeding shaming story. Do you have a story like mine, or do you have a story that's really positive, where someone went out of their way to say thank you for feeding your baby in the best way you possibly can? Let me know in the comments, and like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.